Hello, my name is Brendan, and welcome back to Brendan's Film Reviews. Today, we will be discussing the film that introduces the first Avenger into the MCU, Captain America, the First Avenger. So, with all the information out of the way, let's just get right into this review. So, for me, there's really two sides to this movie. To start, we have the first half. The first half of this movie is fantastic. The movie does a great job of giving us an idea of who Steve Rogers is and why he was chosen to take the serum. Not because of his strength that he would inherit, but the strength of his heart. And I think that they do a good job of showing us why he has a big heart and why he cares so much as he chooses to join the army, not because he wants to impress anybody or anything like that, but because he feel like he needs to, and he needs to be there and help out his country. And I think it's really well done. I also like his relationship with Bucky. I like how they changed Bucky from being more of a sidekick character to in this being more of his best friend. And I think that's a really nice dynamic. I think they hit home why they're friends. And I really like the performances both by Chris Evans and Sebastian Stan. They were both expertly cast, and they do a good job of echoing what I already said. Now, with all that being said, I've given this movie a lot of praise, but unfortunately, the second half is not nearly as good. If I had one criticism about this movie, it would be the second half, because the second half, while not being bad, is a little all over the place. There are cool action sequences. All the action in this movie is incredible, although, like I've said in previous reviews, I think that's a necessity at this point. But for me, outside of that, it's just okay. And the reason for that is the second half, it feels too montagey and it rushes through things. There are two major montage sequences. There's the scene when he's at his shows and they completely blow through that. I feel like it doesn't feel like he's going to different shows. It just feels like it's the same show all over again. It's quick, I will give it that, but it's just too montagey for me. And then we have the other montage, which is him and his Howling Commandos as they go on ahead and thwart the Red Skull's plans. And the problem with this scene is this really feels rushed. It really feels like they're rushing through things. I don't feel like they gave enough time. It feels sloppy. It feels rushed. It's like the first one. This whole third act, or not third act, but second half of this movie it's too montagey. I feel like they rush through a lot of these things, and this movie should be a lot slower at points. Now, I was entertained throughout the movie. It's not that it was a bad experience. I don't think this is even a bad movie, but the first half was really, really good. And the second half comes in, and well, it's not bad. It's just not as good, and it kills a lot of the movie for me. It's incredibly frustrating. Luckily, the finale of this movie, I think, is really well done. I think they do a good job of really hitting home Steve Rogers is not in the 1940s anymore, and obviously he reacts in, I think, a normal way. I don't think anybody can argue how he reacts is not normal. I think it's a really well done scene to conclude this movie, and I think it sets Steve Rogers off on the path forward in the MCU. As that arc of missing time is going to follow him throughout the entire MCU, or more specifically, the rest of the movies that he's in. So with that, there are a few other things too that kind of hurt the movie for me. For one, the CGI on Skinny Steve looks a little wonky, especially when he takes his shirt off. It's not terrible. It's not nearly noticeable until he really takes his shirt off, but it's kind of wonky at points. And also, I hate to say it again, but Red Skull, while he's a great villain in the comics, here I don't think he's nearly as good. He's not bad in this movie, but he's just, again, he has a generic motivation. about rule, or not even ruling the world, but being basically a god, stuff like that. It's generic, which is unfortunate because we just had Loki and Thor, and Loki is the best one so far. But with that, overall, Captain America: The First Avenger has some good and some bad moments, but overall, it's just okay. It has a great opening and great character development, but unfortunately, it's hindered by the amount of montages and a rushed third act that really hurts the overall film. I give this movie a 7 out of 10. And with that, thank you so much for watching this review. Have a great rest of your day, and join me next time as we will discuss the film that will culminate these last 5 movies that we reviewed. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.